I really gotta wonder, dude. Like, where are the third places at, man? There's just like, there's really no third places around here in the United States, and especially Texas, man. Because like the only third places you really have are just restaurants, drinks, and then shopping, and then that's basically all you have, right? And then I guess in DFW you have more so. There's like golfings, but that's like expensive. I can't pay however much money it is for golfing, right? I saw like an indoor parachuting thing, but I'm sure that's like $100 for like 1 hour of parachuting, right? Like the only other third place I can think of is like arcades, which there's like a good amount around here, but arcades they can get pretty expensive quite quick. Because I was hanging out with a friend about like 5 days ago, something like that, right? And me and him, we were just, we were gonna meet up just to play, shoot some hoops, play some basketball. And we didn't play for that long because we only played for like 30 minutes because it was just like really hot, and I did not want to be out in the sun for too long. Which is dumb. I know it's pretty dumb because if we're playing basketball, we'd be playing out there for a while. But I was just like, man, it's just too hot. Like I don't want to like be out here suffering in the sun for too long. So I just told him like, hey, let's just like go somewhere else and like go where there's AC. And so we just searched up a place. We were just like, okay, where should we go, right? So we search up a place. We say, hey, let's just go to this like shopping center, right? We go inside, and it's just like a bunch of it's just like a sports center, right? Of just like random stuff to golf, basketball, football, all this stuff. And we were just walking around it, and we were just window shopping. We weren't there to like actually buy anything. We kind of just went there just because like we just wanted somewhere to go. Like we didn't actually know where to go. We just went there because it was just like the only thing we think of at the time. And we just went inside. We just window shopped the entire time. Like window shopping. Like I can see the appeal of it to a certain extent. Like I can see the appeal of window shopping to a certain extent. But if I'm just there window shopping, like I might as well window shop on like Amazon or Facebook Marketplace or something like that, where I could see even cooler stuff, right? Like, cause I'm not interested in sports that much anyway. So it's like, why am I even window shopping here? When I can just when I can just window shop other things online too and see it myself. Like I don't know. Window shopping. I mean, it can be fun sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like it, especially when it comes to sports. Right? I'm not a huge sports guy. And we were just doing that, and then like the next thing we just go to like a Nebraska Furniture Mart, which I hadn't been to since I'd say like the pandemic. Like it's been like a very long time since the last went there. And there was cool stuff we saw. Like there's actually a lot of cool stuff we saw. Like it wasn't just furniture, right? We saw like some iPads, we saw some PC. We went to like the clearance aisle and we saw that they had like this like they were selling drones for like $150. I thought like that's kind of cool. $150 is still a lot, but if you can get a drone for that cheap, I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. But we were doing that. We were just walking around, and then after that, we just like, well, we're out of options, bro. Let's just like go back home. And then on the way back, we went to like an IKEA just to like well, we're not window shopping. We weren't window shopping. We just went there to get like a hot dog, and like the the only fun things we did besides basketball, which even then it was sort of fun, but like it was very exhausting, and I was like sweating a lot. The only fun things we did was seeing that drone on sale for like $150 at Nebraska Furniture Mart, and then we went to IKEA to get, and then I got a hot dog, I got some frozen yogurt, and I got a cinnamon bun for $4.60. Those are the only fun things we did in basketball. Besides that, everything else was boring. It was just like window shopping that I didn't even like in the first place. And I was just thinking, like, dude, like, where are the third places at, man? I remember in like arcades, for example, right? Like arcades are a good example of like a third place that should work out, but it's just too expensive, right? And the thing is, you have to pay like $30 for like however many credits you need. And then the credits you just use it for like 30 minutes, bro. So it's like you guess what? You gotta pay $30 more to play for another half hour, right? I remember like when my family we took a trip to Las Vegas, right? They dropped me off at like some arcade, obviously, because like I couldn't gamble at the time, right? And even if I could, they would not trust me with it. Trust me. And they dropped me off to an arcade, and there was this thing where you could pay like 12. It was like 12 or 15 bucks for like basically all you can play, right? Now, obviously, you can play everything. You can play like the games that gave you tickets to exchange for items, stuff like that. But everything else that didn't give you tickets, it was just pure fun. You could play it as long as you wanted, right? So if you die in a game, right? Guess what? Instead of having to pay 6 or 8 or however many credits you need to pay for it, guess what? You just swipe the card, boom, you just keep playing, right? And that's fun, right? And it's not expensive, right? It was like 12, 15 bucks for all you can play theoretically. I think I stayed there for like 3 hours. So it was like $4 an hour for just all you can play. And I wasn't worried about like running out of credits. I wasn't thinking like, oh shoot, I'm gonna run out of credits. I need to like conserve it, right? No, I was just if I died, swipe it. If I suck at the game, just swipe it again. Just keep replaying it. And like I'm just thinking like, dude, like there's like why can't we have that here? The closest thing we have to that is Nickelmania, right? Because you just pay like $20 or however much it is to play for like an hour, 2 hours, which is not bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. There's certainly worse arcades like round one, for example. But I'm just thinking like, dude, like besides Nickelmania, right? There's really no other third places, and you can only play arcades for so long before it's just like it's the same stuff over and over again, the same games. Most of these arcades, they generally have the same game, and and even if they don't have the same game, they have like the same formulas, right? So it's just like it's sort of like a copy and paste with different ingredients into it, and it kind of makes me mad honestly because like I really wished because this summer, this summer I have to work. I have to do I'm working, I'm gonna, go to the gym, get back to the gym rather, and you do all this stuff. But like, and I want to have fun with my friends, but there's really not any third places besides restaurants, right? And me and some of my friends, we've done restaurants multiple times, and I don't think that would get boring inherently. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's inherently boring to keep doing that over and over again. But I want something fresh. I want something different. But when it's just the same thing over and over again, it's like dude, like why am I even going outside, right? Especially if I'm paying this, especially if it's so expensive. Like, why am I even bothering to go outside? I might as well just see if I can get more work hours at that point. And that makes me mad, man. It really makes me mad because, and the other thing that bodes into like a lack of third places, I think, is just a lack of walkability. Which you know, DFW not exactly like the greatest place for walkability or public transportation in general. I mean, we have like the DART train system, but like the DART train doesn't even run through my area, and even then, it kind of sucks. It's really not. It's really not that great. I mean, apparently, like some of the people from other countries who come here for the World Cup, they're thinking it's like good. As a native Texan, bro, I think they're lying, bro. I think the news stations are just making up stories about people saying the DART train system is so good when it's just not. It's objectively not it's just not great. It's not bad by any means. It's just not great. That's all I'm saying. And I don't really know, man. Like it sort of makes me feel bummed out, man, because I had all these plans of like wanting to go hang out with friends, like have so much fun and do all this stuff. But when there's just a lack of third place, it's like okay, well then you just end up going back online anyways and playing games online, which again, it's not a bad thing. I love games. I've loved games my entire life, but it gets tiring at a certain point, man. And it's just like what can you really do, you know? It's a lack of third places, a lack of like walkability, public transportation, all that stuff. But I think even beyond that, it's just expensive, man. That's really all it is. Like things have just gotten really expensive, which it's everything besides third places. Like groceries and all that stuff. But like it's gotten exorbitantly expensive, and I really like I worry, man, because I mean, I've seen these stories of like concerts are like running out of they can't fill up their seats because like the tickets are just so expensive. It's like, bro, you know how many people want to go to like say for example a Bruno's Mars concert or a Weekend concert, right? Everyone wants to go, right? But I've been hearing stories that like even those artists and like other popular artists haven't been able to fill up their seats completely. It's like so you should probably just reduce the price, right? But then they're gonna lose money. They're gonna not make a profit. It's like, well then who's winning then? Nobody's really winning then. It's just it's like the only like third place I kind of enjoy, funny enough, is going to like university, right? Because you can do a lot of stuff in university, and they're like in UTD, they're finishing up like new buildings of like a student center and like a JSON extension, all this stuff. But like no one's at university. I'm not driving to university just for that. I don't I don't want to go back to university until it's time to go back to university. So it's a whole lot of stuff.